So I always thought the mountains in North Carolina was kind of a place to go in the summertime to escape the heat from the eastern part of the state. And it is, but it is also a magnificent place in the wintertime as well. This is me next to the river that goes through the DuPont State National Forest, and it was just a nice place. I went skiing in the Maggie Valley at Cataloochee. And it was really nice when I was here because it actually snowed and I got to ski in the snow, which wasn't as cool as I thought it would be. It actually hurts your visibility and gets you really wet. And then I had some fun taking some selfies on the ski lift. And they have people that stand in the middle of the slopes and will take pictures for you, so that's an actual action shot. I am a beginner skier, so I haven't graduated to using poles yet. They say you got to learn the balance and feel of skiing before you get to poles. So anyway, that's an action shot. Woohoo! I also did a lot of hiking too. My favorite thing, waterfalls. This is Soco Falls, which is really close to Maggie Valley. And it's just a pull off on the side of a highway, and it's a gorgeous waterfall. If you look dead ahead, it's lots of tiered waterfalls. And then to the left, that's another waterfall coming down. And it was just really pretty in the middle of the winter to see all the ice on the side of it. And there's a picture of me, proof to myself that I was there. And this one is me saying, cold. It's really early in the morning, and I think it was like 3 degrees the night before. So if I thought hiking to a waterfall in Ecuador in the mud was difficult, this was ice in the wintertime, and I almost busted my tail on it and broke a hip. This is the DuPont State National Forest, and this is a waterfall called High Falls. And it was so pretty with the water coming down. It just looked like ribbons coming down. And let me say, after my experience canyoning backwards down a waterfall in Ecuador, this would have been, that part to the left, would have been the perfect place to canyon backwards. When this was at the base of the waterfall, I just thought it was a really pretty winter scene. And they have 3 waterfalls that I hiked to in the DuPont State Forest, but there were a lot of different waterfalls there, and many of them were filmed in the Hunger Games. They have a little printout that tells you all about it. This was a waterfall called Triple Falls, and if you look at the bottom there, that slick stuff on the rock is pure solid ice. So I had to be really careful taking these pictures. They had steps that got to the bottom of this waterfall so you could get down there and see it. And the steps were constructed by the local community college construction students, and they were just beautiful steps. And it's my sister standing there, so it made it really easy to get down there to see the waterfall. And then this is a distant picture of Triple Falls. It was really pretty. This one is Hooker Falls. That's my sister Sarah and I. It's a really low waterfall, but it's really wide. And from what I understand, they filmed this kind of behind the water there in the Hunger Games, and they made it look really high and tall. I don't know how they did it, but that was a neat waterfall to see as well. This was along the Catawba River just outside of Black Mountain, and it was kind of a long hike to get up to it, but this was part of it. And then when you got to the end, it was all frozen over. So that's me saying, oh well, it's frozen. So I decided to take video of this one because I knew that the picture wouldn't do it justice. It's frozen on top and the water is moving underneath it, which I just thought was really cool. And you know, when you come see these places in the summertime, you don't get that effect. So I just thought it was really neat to see the water moving underneath the ice, and how moving water freezes like that. I don't understand the science behind it, but it sure is neat to see. And this next waterfall is in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park in Bryson City. And this particular waterfall is called the Junie Wank Falls. And it was a really short hike to get to it, less than a mile. And then when you get there, you get to cross over this bridge that kind of runs in the middle of the waterfall. And you can stop and take it in for a few minutes. And the bridge goes right over the waterfall. You can see here, pardon my cinematography. And it just keeps on going. So this was a neat place to stop. The Great Smoky Mountain National Park has 3 waterfalls that are clustered really closely together here. And you can also go horseback riding in this park. So it's a neat place to visit. And this is a distant picture of it. And this one is called Tom's Branch Waterfall, which was really pretty, and you can see where it got the name. And this last one is called Indian Creek Falls, and part of it was frozen too. So I love a waterfall, love the North Carolina mountains. Go in the wintertime. It's a great place to visit.